Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Now tonight, the resumption of the Ghana Premier League remains uncertain. That's because the chairman of the Interim Management Committee of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Nana Apinkra Akwesi Awua, has made it clear that the club will not resume participation in the Ghana Premier League until their demands for new security measures are addressed by the Ghana Football Association. At a meeting earlier today, he criticized the FA's response to recent violence, including a fan's death, and accused them of taking the club for granted. A situation the club has now vowed will not allow to persist until immediate changes are made. Joy Sports, Muftar Nabila has more on this crucial meeting that unfolded in Kumasi.
It's been a little over a week following the unfortunate murder of Kumasi Asante Kotoko devout fan, Nana Pole. And since then, there have been lots of conversations about security when it comes to Ghana football. The Ghana Football Association called up clubs to a meeting at its secretariat. They called up supporters to a meeting at its secretariat. But it appears Kumasi Asante Kotoko is quite unhappy with many of the things that have been happening recently. The Ghana Football Association officially met the Porcupine Warriors on Tuesday following the stabbing of Nana Pole in Kumasi. And Nana Apinkra, who is the chairman of the Interim Management Committee, did not hold back when he met the leadership of the Ghana Football Association. He made it clear to them that as an institution, it was only right that the Ghana Football Association approached them to hear their side of the story before proceeding to gather evidence, just as they did when they went to Inswatre. He did not hold back and even said that he was going to report DCOP Lydia Donko to the Inspector General of Police for her comments she made on Joy FM a couple of days ago, where she stated that the deceased was killed outside the stadium. He did not take those comments lightly. He said that as an investigative body, it was only right for them to gather evidence from both sides before reaching a conclusion. Guess what? Over the years, many have always described House of Folk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko as sleeping giants of Ghana football. It appears they are now willing to wake up. He told the Ghana Football Association that the proposals they have submitted, until those proposals are adhered to and every single one of them is accepted, they are not willing to return to the field to play. He did not also hide the fact that the welfare body of Ghana clubs, which is the Ghana League Clubs Association, unfortunately did not live up to expectations, because as a body, Ghana should have at least paid a visit to the club, paid a visit to the family of the deceased. But guess what? They sat in Accra and began to extend invitations to clubs, asking them to show up. According to him, Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra House of Folk will force the Ghana Football Association to do what they believe is right for Ghana football. Until then, they are never going to show up to compete in any competition under the umbrella of the Ghana Football Association. Maybe this threat, or this subtle threat, let me put it that way, might just be the icing many people has been looking out for to salvage Ghana football. As people have said, just maybe the demise of Nana Pole could just be one that will change the fortunes of Ghana football for the better. If Kotoko holds onto this position and gets the support of Accra House of Oak, just maybe the Ghana Football Association would budge and respond. Its president, Kotoko, was not there, but there was an explainer from an executive council member, Nana Odro Safo, who says he's under the weather, which is the reason why he's not been seen in recent times within the public space. But as I mentioned, maybe the demise of Nana Pole might just be that key arsenal Ghana football always needed to get back to its glory days.
My colleague Muftar Nabila there with some details on that meeting between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and the Ghana Football Association. Turn attention to the MTN FA Cup now, where the round of 16 draw has been held and record holders Accra Heart of Oak have been paired with Division 1 League side Golden Kicks FC, while Kotoko will face second D 11Ys in that round of 16 fixtures of the MTN FA Cup. The parents were announced during the draw, which was held earlier today at the Ghana Football Association Secretariat. We have more for you in this wrap.
Round of 16 stage is expected to be a very exciting one. It will continue the story of this season's MTN FA Cup, which has already seen some heavyweight being knocked out of the competition. You talk about Dreams FC, who won it some 2 seasons ago, have been knocked out of the competition. Reigning champions in Saint-Germain have also been knocked out of the competition. And we are seeing some underdogs, particularly some teams in the Division 1 who are making strides, looking to impress and possibly go all the way in the competition. Now, in the draw that was held on Tuesday at the Ghana Football Association Secretariat, the draw will see the record holders, Accra Heart of Oak, having to travel to the home of Golden Kicks FC to play them in the round of 16. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who are also one of the very successful teams in this competition, will be playing second D 11Ys. Then you also have Brekum Chelsea hosting Northern City FC. And then Kerala United will also host Young Apostles, most definitely at the Aliyu Mahama Sports Stadium. Then Techiman Liberty Youth will play former champions of this competition, Bechem United. And then you have Midiama, who are also former champions of this competition, playing Park Academy. And most definitely that game will also take place at the TNA Stadium. And then you have Atram Devisa playing Gold Stars FC. That is expected to be another very cagey game to look forward to. But one team that have impressed in the competition is a newly promoted team in the Division 1, True Democracy FC. They have become more of giant slayers. They were the team that knocked out Dreams FC in the round of 32. And this time around, they will be facing a former champion of the competition in FC Narnia. That, of course, is the legend Abedi Pele's team. And True Democracy FC will be hosting them at the Tema Stadium. Now, at the moment, as to when the fixtures will happen, it's undecided. The Ghana Football Association says they will communicate the date very soon. But when the games do finally unfold, it's expected to be an exciting one, with both teams looking to advance to the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, and ultimately the final. The race to who clinches this season's MTN FA Cup is on. Will it be a Division 1 side, as FC Narnia did once upon a time, or Accra Heart of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko will continue their dominance in this competition? We'll wait to see.
Well, turn attention to some tennis, and the Atlantic Bay Resort, in collaboration with the Ghana Tennis Federation, has commissioned a newly constructed tennis complex in Pram. The ceremony took place over the weekend, and my colleague Joseph Ayamga Walter was there and now reports.
5 lawn tennis clubs converged at Atlantic Bay Resort and competed in the event, which includes M8 Tennis Club from Koforidua, Premier Tennis Club, Regional Marine Tennis Club, Sole Lagoon Tennis Club, and the Accra Social Tennis Club. The clubs gathered to celebrate the newly built tennis facility and competed in a special tournament. Speaking at the sword cutting ceremony, Vice President of the Ghana Tennis Federation, Cedric Delu, expressed his satisfaction with the facility and hope it will serve the people of Pram while fostering greater interest in the sports.
You know that football is the #1 sport in Ghana, and the main reason is because everywhere you go, you see people playing football, and so the love for football is across the country. Now for us in tennis, anytime we see a facility like this, we see it as a breakthrough for tennis, because the more we have such facilities, the more we have people loving the game, appreciating the game, and getting involved in the game. And it is for this reason that I want us to first of all appreciate and celebrate the industriousness and leadership of the man who has made this possible. Children will be learning tennis here. And for the folks or neighbors around here, some of them will be coming here. and champions will be developed or raised from this court. And so beyond the pleasure that we get from coming here, this facility can raise champions for Ghana. That's why I would ask you to clap for Dr. Farid once again.
Dr. Farid Atta, owner and CEO of Atlantic Bay Resorts, highlighted the significance of bringing lawn tennis closer to the people of Pram Pram.
This thing because we wanted to bring sports closer to the people of Pram Pram. And when we started thinking about it, everybody was talking about getting an astroturf for football. But football, we all love football, and everywhere you go is football. But there are a lot of talents when it comes to sports. Football, you need 22 people to make a game. Here, with one person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, you can get talent showing. And I'm sure that in Pram here, there are quite a few people who have talent that nobody is nurturing. Everybody plays football. So finally, when it came up, we said, let us invest in a tennis court. That will help the youth, bring the youth together, but also keep the people who are around this area who have moved to come and stay around the 25 and other things, something to feel excited about. So that's why we did this.
The court will serve as the host grounds for the Atlantic Bay Resort Tennis Club. Reporting for Joy Sports, Joseph Ayinga Walter.
Well, let's turn attention to some European football, and underway is Champions League action, knockout playoffs, Manchester City and Real Madrid in action. And Manchester City have taken the lead earlier. Paris Saint-Germain played Brest and they won 3-0. The French champions, PSG, winning that fixture. Underway also Juventus versus PSV, Dortmund and Sporting Lisbon, and many other games also happening. But let's turn attention to Germany and get some quick updates on what's been happening in the Bundesliga over the weekend. And Chris Harrington joins me. Well, Chris, good to have you. But Niko Kovac, of course, he was recently appointed as the new head coach of Borussia Dortmund. And he ended up losing his first match in charge of Dortmund in the league. How did all of that unfold? And talking about Champions League action that is currently underway, our man, Fifi Manfred, has been monitoring all of that, and he joins me for the latest because it's halftime across most of the venues. Fifi, what can you report at halftime as far as the big games of the Champions League knockout playoffs are concerned?
Well, Musbah, talking about big game, then obviously is the one going on at Etihad, and it's halftime. Man City are leading by a goal to 0, and it's a wonderful goal over the boots of Erling Haaland, and very, very good, passage of play started by Josko Vardiol and also assisted Erling Haaland in that one. It was very close. VAR had to look at it for a long time before they finally give the seal of approval of that first goal in there. But then apart from that, after Man City went up by a goal to 0, Madrid have been very dominant. Uncharacteristic of Madrid, they've missed a lot of chances. They've come very close via Vinicius Jr., they've come closest also via Kylian Mbappe. They've had some openings. Edison Morales has made some saves off a shot from the boot of Federico Valverde. So it's been a very close game since now, and I think that it's poised for the next one. But then elsewhere, there has been Juventus has also scored the first goal in the first half of that game. Weston McKennie has been really instrumental for the Juventini at the Turin Stadium, and he scored that goal. It's also halftime over the Sporting CP, and Dortmund haven't had anything just yet. But of course, earlier we saw Paris Saint-Germain taking Brest to the slaughterhouse.
Interesting. But we've got some games coming up tomorrow. Which games are we looking forward to?
Tomorrow we are looking out to some huge games. FC Bayern Munich are going away to Celtic. Huge game. I'm very much interested in that game because Vincent Kompany is under some pressure. Bayern Munich in the Champions League are not expected to go through playoffs. They're expected to qualify automatically. Where they are isn't where they're expected to be. So we'll to see how that game is going to pan out. But I think that FC Bayern Munich are a very, very good side. They have the quality. They can go away to Glasgow and then get that needed point, that needed win, and then hopefully make it settled even before the second leg goes on. There's also going to be an interesting one. Atalanta are going to go away from Bergamo to go to Club Brugge. Really interesting match. Atalanta have been a huge force in the Italian Serie A, and also in the Champions League. I think that Gian Piero Gasperini's side is very good, and they can get that one also against Club Brugge.
Fifi, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll continue this Champions League update from my colleague Fifi Manfred tomorrow on Prime Sports, because that's all we have for you tonight. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Up next is PM Express. Please stay tuned to Joy News.